We hear about the shooting statistics in Philadelphia daily, but we rarely get a glimpse inside the lives of those affected by it. Natasha Brown sat down with a group of mothers who are finding solace in each other through a local support group of those who share their very same story. Natasha?
Well, Yuki, we had the opportunity to sit down with a group of courageous mothers who have lost their children to gun violence. They are sharing their heart-wrenching grief, but they are also finding comfort in a Philadelphia support group started by a mother's own tragic loss.
You didn't lose your son or daughter.
Right.
He's not going to be found. He's not lost. He was murdered.
Correct.
Let's be real about what happened. They're not lost because if you lose something, maybe you'll find it.
Right.
Dr. Dorothy Johnson-Spite founded the support group Mothers in Charge in 2003 after losing her own son to gun violence. She's now formed an impenetrable bond with hundreds of women in Philadelphia on a campaign to end the violence and promote peace. For grieving mothers, it's become a lifeline.
Is it okay for me to just be driving down the road and start crying? And when you talk to other people, it's like, yeah, that's okay. My son has children, and the pain of them asking every time, every day, can you bring me my dad? And you know that you want to give them, take that pain away from them, but you can't.
It's like someone cutting your heart out. You know, we're sitting here talking, we look pretty normal, but we're not normal. There's no words to even describe what we feel when someone has murdered our children. And I think if more people understood the pain of this, they would know they wouldn't want to experience this. And they'd come and say, what can I do to make a difference?
It still feels very raw to you, just what you're going through. Anger, sadness, you still go through all those emotions?
I do.
Mothers in Charge holds weekly sessions like these, offering a glimmer of light and renewed sense of hope that the senseless violence will end.
Mothers in Charge, I guess, was the vehicle to help me live. I needed a purpose to get up. So Mothers in Charge became that purpose. And here we are, 20 years later, we're a national organization. We're reaching so many families, mothers, fathers, grandmothers, aunts, and sisters across the city to help support them.
I'm so grateful. When I first met her, it was like my situation's still pretty fresh. When you hugged me, I just literally just wanted to melt. It's like in your arms. I don't have my mommy, and I needed that. I really, really needed. I felt the sincerity, the genuineness, the understanding.
These are courageous women here today.
That's absolutely right.
Courageous. You know, I'm not going to say, oh, so strong, because you're not strong. We're all weak and vulnerable. But courageous to be able to share your pain, you know, openly.
An organization like this, to love on people, to be there for them so that we can celebrate our loved ones and we can encourage each other. It means a lot.
I'm glad that I came. I am, because everybody's story is just about the same.
When I talk to the moms, I tell them that it's a process, you know, keep on praying. I have them call me. I tell them, hey, take my phone number. If you need to call me 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm there for them because somebody was there for me.
Everybody's in different times of their grief, but we can understand that. I can understand what they're going through, and maybe I have some words that'll help, and maybe they have some words for me.
These organizations help a great deal to keep us moving forward, even if it's baby steps.
So many murders now, and we're needed more than ever for these other mothers. I really wish that we wasn't, you know, in this business. We call this a club that nobody would want to be a member of.
Well, you know, Mothers in Charge promotes prevention, intervention, and education to families impacted by gun violence. There are now national chapters in New York City, Kansas City, Missouri, Los Angeles, San Francisco. You can find the link to the group on our website, cbsphiladelphia.com, under Mothers in Charge.
I remember when Dorothy's son was murdered. She's been a champion for change and compassion ever since.
Yeah.
Ever since. And that's a true testament of it right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Since 2003. And she lost her son in 2001. But she wanted to make sure. And I think the most poignant thing that she said to me was, you know, we want at one point this club to not exist. For this support group to not be in existence. That's our goal.
no one wants to be a member of that club, as she said.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that, they're always in the community. So Sunday, September 25th is National Congressional Day of Remembrance for Homicide Victims. So homicide victims, Mothers in Charge, they're planning a special event of support on that particular day. So they're always working in the community.
Always, indeed. Natasha, thank you. Thank you for that.
President Biden wants